What's going on, people? Today I'm going to be doing a bit of work to the Subaru, fixing some more stuff on it, cleaning up a few bits. I've already done so much work to this car in the month I've had it. Pretty much every weekend the wheels have been off. I've been doing something underneath to it, in the engine bay and the interior. I've already done stuff to it, which I would have filmed for the channel, but it just was stuff that needed to get done ASAP, so I didn't have time to do it. But now I've done the big jobs, so I've got some other jobs that I need to do, so just take it slow. So we're going to be doing them today, and then I'm going to talk to you about my plans for this car and my other two cars, because I've got three now, so I've got to sort out something with the other two. So we'll talk about the plans for the cars, mainly this one, because this is my main car at the minute. So first thing first. First thing that I've got to try to sort out, this bad boy right here, this handbrake. Since I've had the car, the handbrake hasn't worked the best. When I went to buy the car, the guy had a really steep driveway, and he had two bricks behind the back wheels, and I was like, to stop it from rolling into his house, so I knew it wasn't the best. It's not too bad. I do leave it in first just because I'm a bit worried about it rolling away. And it probably didn't help that the other day when I was doing a handbrake turn, I heard a really bad pop noise, and yeah, I think I might have fucked it up a little bit more. But supposedly, if I just remove this trim panel, which people say, oh, you just pull up on here, and then you undo one 10mm bolt, and then under another 10mm bolt, you just tighten it, and that's it. So what I'm going to do is quickly put some chocks under the front wheels, leave it in first gear, and see if I can remove this trim piece. Never goes as easy as people say it's going to be, but it's got to be done. Look at that Subaru wing in the background. Alright, I'm going to get some wheel chocks. Alright, front wheels are all chocked up now, so I should be able to, there we go, put that off, and it's fine. So apparently, you're just supposed to literally just yank on this to get it up. I don't think it's going to be that easy. And the video I watched was on a Legacy, not an Impreza, but yeah, it's probably the same. So I'm just going to give this a few pulls and see. Fucking hell. Loose. Let's see if I can pry it up. I think up. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you can see that. Managed to pull it up here already. So we'll see if I can keep going. Just prying it up. I've got to be careful about the switches and stuff in it, but yep, hopefully. So it's all loose now. Can't quite pull it up. I think I might have to put the handbrake up to pull it off, and then put the handbrake. I don't know if you have to leave the handbrake up to adjust it. No, you must have to put it back down, then pull it up to check whether it's tight. So we're gonna pull the handbrake up now. Foot on the brake. Pull that back up. So, oh, there we go. Almost off. Got to be careful not to bend up all the cables there. So I'm just gonna. Where should I put that? I might just leave it there actually. See if I can put the handbrake back down. There we go. Alright, handbrake down. And if I, yep, there we go. So, right there is the two bolts. Oh, sorry, my finger's in the wrong place. Right there is the two bolts that I need to use to adjust the handbrake. So the first one is like a locking bolt. So that first bolt clamps down onto the second bolt to keep the second bolt from moving up and down, which makes the handbrake loose. But the reason this one's loose is probably just from, it's probably never been adjusted. It does even say in the service manual, handbrake adjustments every so-and-so 1,000 miles, but no one ever does. And this one's well overdue. It's probably just from handbrake turns and stuff like that, but hopefully I can tighten it up so that it feels a lot better. It should be, right now it's sort of like at the very top of the handbrake pull. It should be sort of in the middle. So I'm going to try adjust it, and then, yeah, we'll see what happens. Interesting turn of events. After closer inspection, there's only one bolt on this. The guy on YouTube had two on his, and my bolt is just loose as anything. So what I'm going to do is put the handbrake down, which already is, tighten that down a couple turns, and then pull the handbrake up and test it and see how it feels. So just for a comparison, with the handbrake where it was when I bought it, you pull it up and it's, you know, very, very close to the top of the thing. It's really high up on the stroke, so I want to try to get it so it's more about there. So we'll see if I can tighten it up now. Result, boys! With just a few turns of that bolt, now when I pull the handbrake up, that's like as high as I can pull it. Compared to before, where it was all the way up here, that is wicked. Like, you barely have to pull it up to get it to stick on. Handbrake turns for the win. If you do want to do this yourself, because that is on a thread, hold on, my hand's in the fucking way. Because that's on a thread, you're going to need one of these, which is a deep socket, so obviously the thread can go all the way into there and you can still access the bolt. So keep that in mind. That's a 10mm deep-ended socket. Not a lot of people have the deep sockets, but yeah, so all I've got to do literally is pop that back on. Sound? I'm really happy about that then. I don't have to leave it in first gear all the time, worrying about it rolling away. Trim is all back on, so that job is now done. No more having to leave it in first and worrying about it rolling away and whatnot. That's the gear knob I made. I did show you in the last video, but it was quite hard to see. I've nailed all the edge, put a parting off tool in there, chamfered the top. It's quite nice actually. I would, if I had a choice, I'd have a perfect sphere, but I can't make a sphere on a lathe. I'm not that good, and I do kind of like to hold it on the side like that, so it does work out quite well. But now that I've finished this handbrake job, it brings me on to something I want to talk about in this video, which is the problems with this car. So mechanically, as far as I'm aware, after looking at it loads, it's completely sound. Structurally, that's a whole new story. So the rust is, I was putting the photo now, there's rust in the front U-frame. There was rust all on the back arches on the inside. I didn't take as many photos as I should have, to be fair, but the rust was a lot worse than I originally thought it was when I purchased the car. I'd probably say about 90% of the rust I've already fixed. It's taken me a few, well, weeks. Yeah, I've probably had the car for about a month now, and every weekend and after work I've just been fixing rust and stuff, and it's always like you start with a little bit and you send it back and it ends up being loads more than you're expecting, and it's a lot of filler in the back arches and stuff, but it's all almost all sorted now. The big hole in the front U-frame, which I just showed you, is getting fixed this week, and then after that it's just a small patch on the spoiler, which I showed you in the last video, and that's it. But there's a few other things I need to fix on this car. I'll pop up a list right now of all the stuff I've got to do to it repair-wise. There's also a list of mods and stuff which I want to do. So I'm going to get doing all of that at some point. As for the Golf, guys, I've decided to sell it. I've already got the Subaru and the Mini, which is in the garage. Mini, I don't want to get rid of for a long time. It's appreciating in value, and it was my first, like, hot hatchback fast car, so I really like that car, and it's low mileage, full service history, so I don't want to get rid of that. The Subaru does everything the Golf can and more. It's just as powerful, but also all-wheel drive, and it's, you know, JDM, and it looks cool, and so the Golf's the one that's going to have to go, unfortunately. I'll leave the link in the description to the advert for this Golf. Full mod list will be in there. You guys already know how sick this car is, and if I could afford to keep it I would, because it is just so nice to drive, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I can't afford to have 3 cars. As for the Mini, that is not going to go for a long time. I think I'm going to carry on with my series of unmodifying it. I was originally going to keep the black headlight surrounds and the black grille and whatnot, but I'll put up a photo now of what it looks like without it, and I've been thinking, I think I might take off all the black stuff and go back to chrome and have it like full OEM, take off the remap and stuff and keep going. There's a big crack in the bumper on the back of this, which when it happened I never had the skills to fix it, but now that I've done all the work to the Subaru and the Golf, I'm more than capable of doing that, so I might have a crack at fixing that, crack, sort out all the underside and the brakes and whatnot, and keep working on that slowly over time. And for the Subaru, my plan is to do like a fast road car build, so not a track car, but like a fast road car. So I want to, well, I've got to upgrade the brakes, because I'll show you how sharp the brakes are. I did this on the way up to Wales. So the outside edge, as we can see, especially there, is fully corroded away. There's no disc material left at all, and then what disc material there is left, it's all scored. So brakes are first to be upgraded. I'm debating whether or not doing it myself or just getting the mechanic to do it for me, because it's safety related. I have done pads before, but never discs and lines and fluid flushes and all that. I think I could do it, but it's also like, it's a 20-year-old car. I'm worried about how stuck on the discs are going to be and how much of a bitch it is going to be changing it all. But brakes are the first thing that's going to get upgraded. I'm doing the STI hood scoop, and I was going to do the STI interior, but I've been having a look, and you can get some full-on Sparco bucket seats in blue for not much more money, so I think I might do that. Then I'm going to be doing sway bars. I'm probably going to get rid of the radio, because this touchscreen radio that it's got now is wank. So I'm probably going to delete the radio and the AC to save a bit of weight, because this car's 1.5 tons, so it handles brilliantly, but if it had a bit less weight, it'd be awesome. It's already got the lighter wheels and a lighter exhaust, because half of it's being removed, so if I could take a bit more weight out of it, that would be brilliant. Where I've been spending a lot of my time over the last month fixing this car is in these arches right here. So in the arch, I've had to take it, because it had never been washed or cleaned in the 19-20 years this car's been around. So I had to take all the dirt back, wire brush back all the paint to bare metal, coat it all in an anti-rust paint, it's called crust, and then paint it in hammerite black so I can stop it from rusting. There's still a load more work to do in that arch. I want to respray them blue again like it should be from factory, so when you go down the arch it's going to be blue like it was from factory, and people will think, you know, it's going to look like it was like it's never been driven. The springs need repainting, the backing plates for the discs need repainting, all the suspension arms need repainting, blah 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 blah. The list goes on. Basically the full underside needs to be restored. Ideally I need to get it up on a ramp for a lot of the work I want to do, but I'm going to be trying to do most of it in the driveway. I want to do sort of, like I said, a fast road car build and sort of like OEM plus kind of thing. It's already got a lot of OEM plus mods with the exhaust and the wing and whatnot, but there's a lot more stuff I want to do to it. Nothing too expensive, thankfully. I've priced up everything I want to do. It comes to about £2,000, which is not a lot when you consider the exhaust on the Golf was about £2,000 alone. So, and the exhaust on this was 80 quid. So I'm not cheaping out, but I'm doing it sort of on a budget. I'm not going to waste the money on it, you know what I mean? Paintwork isn't in too bad a condition for the age, but stuff like this down here, that scratch I'm going to be sorting out, and I'll do some videos on it and hopefully try to show you guys how I sort out scratches, because I'll show you my girlfriend's car used to look like this and now it looks like this, and that transformation only took me about an hour because I did a half-assed job because I know she's going to crash it again. So when I'm doing my own car, I'll see if I can do it a little bit better. But yeah, that's probably about it for this one, guys. Nothing super exciting, but I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's happening with all the cars because I've been away for a while. Let me know what sort of content you guys like to see. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos with this in the upcoming weeks. Got to get the brakes sorted out first things first, but I don't get paid till the end of the week. No, I get paid next week, so oh god, I think I'll get paid a week today actually, so I've got a while to wait. But the Scooby's awesome. Going to be more videos coming on that soon. Make sure you guys stay tuned.